This is not one of my usual videos. There's no Victorinox in this video. We're looking at an American icon. This was a clever design reaction following a potential knife ban. This is the story of how a fight on a US Navy warship gave us one of the most famous pocket knives ever made. This is the story of the Buck 112 Ranger. By the late 1960s, the Buck 110 folding hunter was a huge success. It came out in 1963-64 and really changed the game with this strong lockback design. It was tough with these lovely brass bolsters and wood handles, and it became the go-to knife for all sorts of people, including US Navy sailors. On the big aircraft carriers, a good knife was essential, and the 110 was king. It was a tool, a status symbol, but all of that was about to be challenged. So the story goes that in the late 1960s on the USS Ranger, an aircraft carrier docked in San Diego, a serious fight broke out between two sailors. Life on a carrier can be a pressure cooker, and on this day things got out of hand. We don't know all of the details, but we do know that it went beyond just fists. Both sailors were carrying the most popular knife in the fleet, the Buck 110. And in the brawl, one man was badly injured by the 110's blade. And the blade length on this is a whopping 3 3/4 inches, so a fairly formidable size. When news of this reached the captain, he had a major problem on his hands. A common tool had been used as a weapon on his ship, and his response was immediate. He issued a new rule: any knife with a blade longer than 3 inches was now banned aboard the USS Ranger. So the mighty Buck 110 was pulled from the ship's stores, and sailors couldn't carry it anymore. A clear line was drawn at 3 inches. You can imagine that this was quite troubling for Buck Knives back at their headquarters, which was also in San Diego. The USS Ranger was a flagship, and there was a real fear that this 3-inch rule could spread to the whole Navy. The military was a huge market for them, and having sailors carrying your knife was a sign of its quality. A ban on their most popular product, the 110, would have been seen as a disaster for sales. They had a choice. They could try to fight the rule, or they could adapt. And what they decided was that because not all knives were banned, only knives with blades over 3 inches, the problem wasn't the quality of the 110 or its lockback. The problem, it was just too much steel. In that simple rule, they saw an opportunity, and the challenge was to build a knife with all of the quality of the 110, but in a size that would be, by its very design, regulation proof. So the design team at Buck went to work. The main objective was very precise: create a knife with a blade that measured exactly 3 inches. The new knife would keep the same robust lockback and classic look that made the 110 famous. So the result, which they started shipping in 1972, was this, the Model 112, the Buck 112. And in a clever, I think it was a clever nod to its origin, they gave it a name that honoured the very ship where its predecessor was banned. They called it the Ranger. Let's go through the specifications for it. So the weight is 160 grams or 5.6 ounces. The length open is 7.2 inches or 182 millimeters, and closed is 107 millimeters or 4.2 inches. As we've said, the blade is 3 inches or 76 millimeters, but it's still the same 3 millimeter thick blade stock and it's 420 HC stainless steel with the Boss heat treatment as well. Looking at the handle, you can see there are the thick and quite heavy brass bolsters and the ebony wood. So it's unmistakably a Buck and very similar to the Buck 110, just a little smaller. So Buck had solved this problem with some clever thinking and some good steel. So the Buck 110 is a heavy duty folder. If you need it for hunting, it's perfect. But this smaller size of the 112 makes it maybe more accessible to people. So the Buck 112, it could have just been a niche knife for sailors, but it's become very popular with everyone. It turns out that lots of people wanted a smaller 110. And over the years, Buck made some changes to it. The first one had handles of black micarta. Now it has the handsome Macassa ebony wood, so they look very similar. The blade steel changed as well. Originally it was 440C, now it's the 420HC, which is probably easy to get an edge on it. It's also available in a version with finger grooves as well, and they've been working on other handle materials. I think there's a slim version as well, and I believe you can get it in Magna Cut as well. So lots of different versions. But the classic brass and wood model like this is still one of its best sellers. This particular one is from 2025, you can see from the mark, and I bought this secondhand from a friend. But I think it's a great size. If only I could carry it as EDC here in the UK. Unfortunately, because it's got a lock back, I can't. Otherwise, the 3-inch blade would make it perfect. But because of the lock back, I can only carry it with good reason, not as a everyday EDC. But if I'm camping, if I was using it for work, unfortunately my work doesn't require this, or if I was out doing bushcraft, then I can carry this okay. You can see how a real world problem led to a really clever and successful design. A fight on a warship led to a captain's rule, and that rule led to an idea for a new tool, and the Buck 112 Ranger was named after the ship that banned its bigger brother. So as a permanent reminder of this unique history, it worked because it was the right knife, it was the right knife at the right time, offering strength without size. It's a great example of adaptability. Sometimes the best ideas come from having to work within a specific set of rules. Often with constraint comes innovation. Thanks for watching this little journey into knife history. If you enjoyed it, please give this video a like. And if you haven't already, why not subscribe? I have a load of other videos on Victorinox, one on the Big Brother Buck, and one comparing the two of them together. So I have new videos coming out most weeks. Why don't you check out this video on the Buck 110 and this playlist on traditional knives, and I'll catch you in the next video.